Hey everybody, Julie here from Mostly Caffeinated. Welcome to 5 on Friday. This is a time when I pick 5 things, usually kind of 5 favorites or 5 tips, and I bring them to you in hopefully a short and succinct video. This series is initiated by Stay-at-Home Mommyisms. I will link her channel down below. Welcome to my subscribers. If you're new here, hey, hi, how are you? If you want to stick around, like, subscribe, comment. You can check out some other social media. I will bring up links to things at the end of the video in the end cards. But this is going to be separated into clips, which I know is not typical for my videos. Usually I do a one take, but I can't because the things that I want to talk about today are my top 5 investment purchases. I am a super budget conscious person. We're very thrifty. We buy a lot of things secondhand or we don't buy them at all. But as, adults, let's talk about adulting for a second. There are sometimes you just need to spend the money to get something that's high quality and that's going to last a long time. So the things that I'm going to show you in this video are the top 5 things that I think for our family were worth spending money on, spending good money on buying new high quality items. So I'm going to shoot to those clips now. I shot them with my phone. So pardon me if they're a little shaky. Disclaimer, the things I'm showing you are dirty. Like, I used them, and I didn't, particularly clean them excessively. Some of them we just used today. So you're going to see some real life, like, food, materials, dust, that kind of thing. That's just how it is. So you can watch 4 of those things right now.
All right, here's my first investment purchase. It's my KitchenAid Mixer. Now, I'm not sure... Oh, it does say there. The KitchenAid Artisan. This is what I would call the normal mixer. It doesn't have a lever to turn the bowl up because it's a normal sized bowl. It's like a normal speed of motor. I got like a dark gray kind of metallic finish. Yes, it's dirty because it gets used a lot. I mix pretty much everything in this. I can even, knead in here so I can make pizza dough and bread dough. And I don't have to knead by hand. I can whip up cookies. I can whip up waffles. It just saves me a lot of time. Bonus points, my 3-year-old loves to use it. He can put it up and down and turn it on and off, and it's great. Speaking of my 3-year-old using my KitchenAid Mixer, this is how. This is called a Learning Tower. This one is originally by Guidecraft. I can link to this down below. It's in the espresso color. But I bought mine off Craigslist for about $50. And what it is a step stool with 3 sides enclosed. So when a child climbs up there, they are almost completely surrounded instead of kind of teetering on a chair. It's very heavy. It doesn't tip. It's got like real steps. It's not collapsible like a step stool would be. And you can, if you want to, even turn it around so that this open side faces the counter and then your child is fully enclosed. We bought this when my son was about 2, after he toppled off one of those bar stools trying to help us cook. And my 1-year-old actually can climb up on this and reach the counter. And oftentimes what I'll do is I'll give them their snack there on the counter while I'm cooking at the stove, and I can see them and talk to them, and they're right there. It does take up a bit of space, I'm not going to lie. I could fit 3 bar stools much more comfortably at this breakfast bar, or I could fit 4 if I didn't have this giant step stool here, but it is worth it in exchange for my son's learning about cooking. We're a really food-oriented family, can you tell? My 3rd investment purchase is my dining set. Now the sun is shining really brightly in our patio windows, so I'm going to try to take you on a little bit of a tour here where you can maybe see. It's a very dark wood. It's a very thick and heavy situation. It's dirty because we just ate. And if you can see that, it's like pre-distressed. All the pieces have some marks on them on purpose. Some faux bumped edges, things like this. And that was purchased intentionally. 2 things won me over about this dining set. One is it extends up to 10 feet. And the second one is this heavy-duty but pre-distressed look. So when we slam the bench into the legs on accident, or when we slam the chairs into each other or the legs, it doesn't turn out to make any difference. The decorative pieces here are metal, and they're sturdy. If I can find this exact table somewhere on the internet, I will link it. But I enjoyed the way that the leaves worked as well. There are 2 latches on each end. And then just me, here all by myself with one hand, can pull this out. The leaf sets in there. So they're not in the middle. They're not creating a weak point. They're just as thick on the edges as the whole table is. So there's no like obvious you're sitting on the leaf thing. And it's very easy to put them in and out all by myself, which was a thing that I wanted. And it only takes 2 leaves to get up to 10 feet. And 10 feet is the longest thing that will fit in our dining room. And it seats 16, which is how many people are in my husband's side of the family. We bought 6 chairs. There's a couple sitting in random spots. We bought 6 chairs and a bench. And that can seat not 16 people, but with our folding chairs, that seats 16 people. This was spendy. Not going to lie to you guys, this was thousands of dollars. But it's a dining room set. We eat at the dining room table 3 meals a day, every single day. So to us, it is worth it to have a beautiful place for our family to gather, a place that is very functional, something that's going to last our entire lifetime. It was worth the investment. The 4th investment I want to talk about is my vacuum. Well, I realize there are 2 vacuums here. This is my hand vacuum. This is only about $40. Black & Decker. This is a bit of an investment, I guess, and it is a super useful tool. I love this thing. But what I'm really going to talk about is my Shark here. This is a Shark Navigator Freestyle. I'll link to it. And it charges and then is completely cordless. I do not need to plug it in when I use it. I don't need to drag a cord behind me or wind a cord anywhere or unplug it from one wall and plug it in a different room. I just zip around with this thing. It's bagless, washable filters, so there's nothing to replace, and I can wash it anytime. It's lightweight. If my 3-year-old were a little taller, I think he could use it. It switches from carpet to hard floors. There's a button, that big blinking button is how you switch it from carpet to hard floors. It moves easily. There's no ball. It doesn't swivel per se, but it is definitely not hard to get it around curves, underneath things. It's great. The charge lasts 18 minutes, which is enough time for me to vacuum my entire house. I vacuumed this laundry room where we are now, the laminate in the kitchen and the dining room, the carpet in the living room, the carpet in the playroom, the carpet down the hall, 2 boys' rooms, our bedroom, and the entryway rugs. I can do all that in 18 minutes. That's my entire house. So that's great. The one downfall is it does not have attachments or a hand vac. That's why I bought a separate hand vac. These 2 vacuums together cost about $200. When this one eventually dies, now I've had it 6 months, I vacuum almost every day, and it's still going strong. But when it eventually dies, I will replace this, one fingernail's missing. I will replace this system with one Dyson vacuum, the cordless option that has a handheld that just detaches. It's like a handheld with a regular vacuum attached. That is what I will buy when this eventually dies. But for now, this was a solid investment. I love it. I use it a lot. I clean a lot more regularly now that I have a cordless vacuum.
There were 4 of my 5 investment purchases. And my last one I have to bring to you here because I can't film it with my phone. Because it is my phone. And again, real life smudges and dirt, there is fingerprints all over my phone. But this I consider to be a good investment purchase because of its usefulness, but also the fact that we managed to do smartphones frugally. Let me explain. I use Google Fi for my phone provider. That is telephone service and the actual smartphone itself through Google. I will link down below for you guys. Full disclosure, that is my referral link for Google Fi. So it provides you a discount, I believe, and it also gives me a discount off my monthly bill. It doesn't pay me actual money, but it is a referral link because I have this service and I truly, truly, truly like it. This is what I use. This is all I intend to ever use until the company goes under. Hopefully never. The phone that I have is a Google Nexus 6S, I think. It's the middle grade. You have 3 choices of phone. There's one simpler than this that's almost always out of stock because it's less expensive. This one, and then a more expensive one that they say is really great if you are heavy into like graphics for whatever reason. If you're heavy into videos, graphic design, photo taking, whatever. But let me tell you, this thing takes good pictures. Now, here's why I decided to go smartphone and why I particularly like this smartphone. Okay, this is durable. My kids have dropped it lots of times and nothing doing. And I don't have like a particularly fancy case on it or anything. It's just a normal case. The camera quality is good. I take my photos for Poshmark on here. I take videos for here on here. I take pictures of my kids with this. I don't lug my regular camera around. I only take on my regular camera for special occasions. This has nearly replaced my tablet as on-the-go browsing. I can use this in stores. I have my Cartwheel app from Target on here. I have a grocery rebate app called Ibotta. Maybe I'll link that down below if I think to. Like I said, I use this for my Poshmark, so I earn money selling my used clothes on Poshmark. This has paid for itself in the time that I've had it, which has been a few months. And the phone plan itself, no contract. And my particular phone plan is $30 a month for, 1 gig of data, which I don't use because this is always on Wi-Fi. I use this for Google Maps. Like, I don't own a GPS. I use this instead. And even Google Mapsing, like once a week, I don't use my 1 gig of data. And then they refund me $10 at the end of the month if I don't use my gig of data. So I pay $20 a month for my smartphone. It's genius. I did have to pay for the phone up front, but nowadays, when don't you? And to have no contract and that low of a monthly fee, this was a great investment purchase. We don't have a home phone. All we have is phones, cell phones. My husband needed a smartphone for work. He needed to be able to access his email at all times. And I didn't need a smartphone, but my old flip phone was breaking, and it is the home phone. We can't be without one. So I went with this because it's no contract, and I can use it to take pictures and videos. And I love it. It's great. So those are my top 5 investment purchases. If you have some things you've invested in that you found out were really good return for your money, please comment down below. Let me know what they are. While I am super budget friendly, frugal, whatever, I don't like to spend money. I do also like quality things. Part of my minimalizing and simplifying my life has been to make the things that I do keep high quality things. So if you find that things were really good investments, let me know down below. But those are my top 5 for you. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you around. Bye.